Is 2023 the same as 2008 in the foreclosure market, Randy?
No, absolutely not. None of the indicators are there.
Yep. So stay tuned and watch the rest of this special edition on Housing Update as it relates to foreclosures here in 2023. Randy Williams, TBF Mortgage Company, so glad to have you on this special edition. One of the things that we've always said, and you've said it for a lot of years, is headlines do more to terrify than clarify.
100% agree with that.
100%.
Yeah.
So, this is kind of crazy to me. Would you believe, Randy, that 67% of Americans say the housing market crash is imminent in the next 3 years?
After watching the news and reading the headlines, I do believe that number. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's crazy. So when you're out there listening, make sure you understand the source behind it. So here's a couple of headlines, Randy. Go ahead and read these as to what's out there right now.
U.S. foreclosure filings surged 115% in 2022. U.S. foreclosure activity doubles annually, but still below pre-pandemic levels.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. Foreclosure filings rose 115% in the past year.
Ho, 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 ho. So those are the headlines that are out there. If I'm listening to that, I'm going, why would I ever buy? But go ahead and read this next slide by Adam. What's Adam saying?
A leading curator of real estate data nationwide for the land and property data today released its year-end 2022 U.S. foreclosure market report, which shows foreclosure filings, default notices, scheduled auctions, and bank repossessions. We were reported 324,237 U.S. properties in 2022, up 115% from 2021, but down 34% from 2019. Before the pandemic shook up the market, foreclosure filings in 2022 were also down 89% from a peak of nearly 2.9 in 2010.
So, Randy, 2.9 million in 2008, 9, and 10 to what were they last year? 324,000?
200, yeah, exactly.
So are they up? I mean, I think this next slide shows it all because you can see the peak of when they were. To me, and where we are, yeah, we went up a little bit from last year in 21, or I should say from 21. And so are they up by 115%? Probably.
What a ridiculous and misleading headline. I mean, let's be honest.
Yes.
You were in the business in 2010.
Yes.
I was in the business in 2010.
Right.
This stuff drives us insane when we have to overcome this when we're talking to people going,
Right.
It's not real.
It is not real. It's like smoke and mirrors.
It is.
It's smoke and mirrors. And to even drive this point further home, Randy, check this out. So look at this 1 million fewer foreclosures over the last 3 years. Mm-hmm. So look at the shortages. If we have an average, look at those shortages in 2021 and 22.
Yep. And there's a couple things that you have to like take into consideration, and this is our job, is to educate the people that are
Right.
considering in the market. But back in 2008, the demand did not keep up with the actual inventory.
Right.
What happened was a lot of those home builders went out of business with all of that foreclosure.
Yeah.
Population kept growing.
Yeah.
So the demand is still there. We are short inventory right now.
Incredibly.
That's where we are.
We're short not just year over year, but we're also short based on the new buyers coming into the market. And the millennials are by far as large as the boomers.
But we also went through a massive refi boom. We got half the country on 3% or less interest rates right here. These are phenomenal loans.
Right.
Why would anybody give those back? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I don't know why, but unless you need to move or you want to move for, there's a lot of reasons to move.
Right.
So, here locally, because I was really curious about this, and you can maybe hear my paper moving around here. Mm-hmm. Here locally, I went back and looked at what they call lis pendens, which is that first paperwork that the bank files to say you're in trouble.
Yeah.
And in 2022, the you're in trouble files were basically 607. So 607 families. And hey, if this is you, we are not taking this lightly. We can help you, because there's equity in every single house. But there were 607 in Lee and Collier County. That is nothing. That is like.
We also had an act of God. We did. So, you have to really dig deeper into those numbers.
That's
and
right.
see, if there was a reason for some of that.
That's right. And the Liz pendant does not mean that you are going to be foreclosed on. Right now, there's about 572 families, homes that are owned by the bank. So again, not a lot. Randy, when this was back in 2000, 8, 9, 10, these were in the millions in the nation, and we're down to 324.
Oh, you could go down any street and see 6 or 7 houses that were just foreclosed, on every street.
That's right,
yeah.
Which is crazy. So, go ahead and read for us what Rick Sharga, Executive VP of Market Intelligence, and Adam has to say.
18 months after the end of the government's foreclosure moratorium, and with less than 5% of the 8.4 million borrowers who entered the CARES Act for forbearance program, foreclosure activity remains significantly lower than it was prior to COVID. It seems clear that the government and mortgage industry efforts during the pandemic, coupled with a strong economy, have helped prevent millions of unnecessary foreclosures.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
Your industry really shaped up as to what you were doing. Mm-hmm. Not everybody can get a loan anymore. You could show up at a bank and get one. Right. And I think that's really important to know that there are safety nets involved now within our system.
We're not going to make the same mistakes we made in 2008, where we're just giving out a ton of loans to people who do not qualify for loans.
Right.
There has to be a true ability to repay these loans. And with that comes a healthy market.
I love that. So, go ahead and read what Bill McBride, the founder of Calculated Risk, has to say.
The bottom line is there will be an increase in foreclosures over the next year from record low levels, by the way. But there will not be a huge wave of distress sales as happening followed the housing bubble. The distress sales during the housing bust led to cascading price declines, and that will not happen this time.
Yeah, which, we're hearing that over and over and over again. Yeah. And let's go back, Randy, to what do we have to say?
Headlines do more to terrify than clarify.
Right. And they're meant for clickbait so that you will watch, read, whatever, and you really have to dig into the articles to see what they're saying. But fortunately for us, TBF Mortgage and the Bartos Group, as partners here in Southwest Florida, we have folks that are really educating us. Keeping Current Matters is who I listen to. And over the day, when we went through the pandemic, our clients were so thrilled that we were putting out that content because they were scared. Mm-hmm. And the goal here is to help you understand so that you can make great decisions for you and your family. So as always, I'm Mary Bartos with Bartos Group at Premier Plus Realty. And although foreclosures are not a great topic, we felt it was important to speak about. And we hope that we see you here in Southwest Florida, whether you're looking to sell or buy.
Thanks, Mary.